Today, we're going to talk about strength. Strength, 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 strength. But not that kind of strength. Her kind of strength. And her kind of strength. Her kind of strength. And 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 her kind of strength. Her kind of strength is a strength like no other. A sister, your best friend. She might just be your mother. Now you feel a little thunder because she's sick and it's a bummer. You don't ever want to see her cry or ever see her suffer. And every time you see her, all you want to do is hug her. Just wrap your arms around her tight and tell her that you love her. She's your number one and you would never want another. Because growing up, you never seen another woman tougher. She could bounce back through the lane of pain and hit the runner. All the while she's still rocking a smile and it's no wonder. You want to see her at the dinner table when it's supper. Just laughing while she passing mashed potatoes, grits and butter. Don't get it twisted, man, just listen. Did I miss it? Guess I must have. Cause celebrating holidays with you is all she wants to do, because the truth is that she just can't get enough of thinking about you every single winter, spring, or summer. You already know, cause you ain't dumb and I ain't dumber. I pray that every single day we only be one color. Breast cancer affects 1 in every 8 women. That means every 8th woman you see on the street or in a day is gonna be affected by this. Do you know 8 women in your family? I do. Though very rare, almost 3,000 men will be affected by this too. Breast cancer is a serious issue and it's something that we all need to create awareness about. This poem was about strength. It was about the strength of women all across the world, people across the world, the resilience of man, the things that I saw, the people who I interviewed, you know, the women, the stories that I heard were just so powerful, just to hear the impact, you know, that this disease has had on their life, but just how they keep battling back and battling back. It was so inspiring to see that, to see people come together, to see these women, just how they fight every single day. And that's it. Each day is a fight. Every day is a fight. And you know, life can be a fight sometimes. Each day is another round. To see the courage and the resilience of these women, just how they keep showing up and keep swinging and keep fighting back. It was a beautiful thing to see.
Breast cancer is real. It happens and it affects more people than you think. I have 3 aunts who've had breast cancer. 2 are surviving and in remission. Unfortunately, 1 did pass away, but that's okay. You know, it's hard to go through when it's happening, but it's incredible. And you get to see this incredible level of courage and love from yourself, from the person who's going through it, and from everyone who surrounds you. And it's really important to remember that you're never too young for breast cancer. You're never too young to self-check and to get checked. It can be a scary thing to think about, but you're in control of your own health. And so you have to learn how to self-check, and if you find something, don't be afraid to go seek help for it. It's tough to think about, but it's really important. I've done it. I've had 3 aunts who've done it. They've had breast cancer. 2 are survivors and they're in remission, and they get to spend every day with their family and with the people who love them.
You know cancer. It will steal into your life and take many things from you. It can drive you to your knees. It can take your physical strength. It will break your body. But it cannot break you, because you are not your body. You are a soul. Ask yourself, demand of yourself to think this way. And it means you have a different taskmaster and you have work to do. And cancer has nothing to do with it. And this work, you are your footprint in the world. You are the times that you stand up and open your mouth for the people who can't speak. You are the hand you extend. You're the messes you clean up. You are the sum total of all the people who feel their value reflected in your eyes. You are the total of all the people and all the things that you lift up and make better because you are still here. You are how earnestly you try. So find your soul, find you. Go on a treasure hunt, and when you find it, wrap your arms around it, listen, and follow. You will grow strong in all your broken places, even if you can't imagine it will ever be so. It's your work, it's urgent, and it's of the utmost importance. And none of it has anything to do with cancer. Cancer will break your body, but it cannot break you.
Being a victim is a choice. Hope can be found in the darkest places. Recognizing that we aren't each other's enemy, we're teammates. The enemy is not that power that be, that governing body. The enemy is hate, ignorance, fear, injustice. Those are the enemies. So how do we combat that? We combat that by not standing still. We can see how the other side feels. And that's what's important, is empathy and seeing how that other person feels about something, listening to them, taking in their ideas, even though you may not agree with them.
When there's a crisis, is to talk to whoever's around and open up and just say, listen, I'm afraid of this. This is scary. And I think for women of my generation, it's particularly hard because we grew up and were told, you don't tell anybody about this. You never discuss that. You don't acknowledge this. And you never, talk about your body or notice your body. Your body was often regarded, in my generation, your body was forbidden territory. I mean, you were supposed to know all kinds of chemical formulas and arithmetic stuff and the geography of the whole world, but you were not to know anything about your body and how it worked. We can now tell young people exactly what we really think. And young people aren't going to be offended because they've grown up in a generation where they, from the time young people were kids, they know exactly how everything works and how to deal with it. The rules have changed. And what is important to realize is just as our bodies have changed, so have our minds. And we can adapt just as our bodies adapt to those changes. Our minds can adapt to the new changes in conversation, in conflicts, in adventure. We can say, hey, do you want to learn how this works? Do you want to learn what this feels like? And we can give to each other. And I think the important thing that I find with most women my age is how to help them by dealing with the fear. Gee, I don't know how to talk about that. Well, let me show you how to talk about that. In the same way, we learned as younger women to talk about sex, to write about sex. We can talk about death and the fear of it. We can talk about loneliness and what to do with it. We can talk about these bodies and what hurts and why, and how to find ways of meditating and handling it, kinds of music to listen to, so pain doesn't become a priority in our lives. And I think that's the gift we can begin to give to each other. I always will be aware of it. I have to be careful. There's certain kinds of things I can't do. But I can do more with the insights and perceptions that I've gotten from having had crises and survived. And I think that one of the things we can do, as women particularly, as we have surgeries and stuff, is stop thinking so much about what's lost and think about what we've learned through these long lives and what we have to give about getting through it all. That, to me, is the most important thing we can do. Look what I can do.
The World is Pink project was great. It was fun. We had a lot of people involved. You know, its mission was to uplift and bring courage, encourage people. It wasn't meant to be a sad thing. It was amazing to see all these people come together, people who never met each other, people of different races, people of different age groups, religions, all of this, to come together for a common purpose was amazing. And it was great, and I feel really humbled to have been a part of this project. I hope to have artists come together in an effort to create great content, you know, social impact, things that we can move mankind forward. I want this to have a global impact. I want it to reach the world and reach all across the globe, not just our country, not just our society, because it's not just our country's issue. It's everyone's issue. It's every color's issue, every race's issue, every religion's issue. So we want that to spread like wildfire and set the world ablaze.